heard my classroom door slam. Grab all her stuff. Do not come into my classroom. Let me tell you something. Don't you ever let nobody up in my classroom. You have lost your mind, boy. I taught high school, and so, you know, I was like, okay. So I had this one incident that happened. I'm standing at my classroom door, and, you know, kids are coming in. There was this one girl, she came up to me. Miss Grits, I was absent yesterday. What do you want me to do my homework? I said, put your homework in the homework tray, and then get started on your warm-up. But she was blocking the other kids from getting in the classroom because she was standing there talking to me. I said, excuse me, you're blocking the door. I just need you to drop your homework into the basket and then have a seat. But you don't understand. It's nothing for me to understand. By this time, she kind of getting on my nerves. Like, she getting on my nerves. Girl, put that homework in that basket and go have a seat. So she stomps off and pouting. You know, and I'm thinking, she's a real drama queen. And so I was like, okay. So she decides that because I wouldn't tell her, I'm like, the girl is one homework basket. It's not one for if I was absent 2 days ago versus yesterday. Just drop your homework in that thing and sit down. I'll give you credit for it later. Well, because she didn't like the way I talked to her, she decides that she's just going to sit in class and meditate. So while I'm up talking, while they're supposed to be doing their warm-up, I heard, I'm like, she has lost her mind. So I walked over to her and said, excuse me, you need to stop doing that and get on your warm-up. And so she decides that I'm not gonna listen to you. She kept doing it, and I was like, woo, this girl is really trying my gangster. So I was like, okay, I don't really have a gangster, or do I? And so she decides that she's gonna put her head down. Now here's my rule. If I can't take a nap in my class, you're not taking a nap during my class. So I walked over to her desk, I knocked on the desk. You need to sit up. So by this time, I'm like, I'm not gonna keep saying nothing to this girl. So I was like, you know, make your decisions. Now, rewind. About a week before this, I ran into her during my break time. I went to go get me some food from Publix, the grocery store. I saw her, she's supposed to be at school. She was in her volleyball uniform, the pants, you know, it ain't nothing but some panties and a midriff. She walking around, just sashing and switching her little booty around. And so I said, I walked up to her. I said, hey, why are you not in school? And she gave me some little excuse about why she wasn't there. And I'm like, whatever. And so she had cheated on an assignment a couple of days before. So I said, let me speak to your mom. Is your mom here with you? She was like, yes. So she took me to her mom. It was her mom, her grandma. So I told her mama about the incident. She was looking at me like, and I was like, okay. Note to self, don't ever call this woman no more and let her know what her child is doing. And y'all, she encouraged the girl. She says, I told my daughter, you know, the girl was standing beside me, her grandmama and the mama was standing in front of me beside each other. I told my daughter, you know, look at my life and how it turned out. You do what you need to do to get what you want out of life. That's what I teach my daughter. And the grandmama was like, And so I'm looking like, okay, this was a total waste of time. Okay. Fast forward back to that day. I remembered all of this. And so, you know, I started circulating through the classroom, started helping kids. All of a sudden, y'all, I heard my classroom door slam. I'm like, what the? I turned around, I'm like, who just walked out here? And the kids was like, shh. You know, so I walked over to her desk. I grabbed all her stuff. And I opened my classroom door and I yelled out, hey, grown woman, come get your stuff. I set it outside gently because I'm like, I don't want nobody to say I threw her stuff outside, even though I wanted to. I said, come get your stuff because you ain't coming back up in here. You want to act like a grown woman? Then, hey, you walk out, you don't walk back in. We have to have an administrative meeting. I'll be talking to the principal about this. So I went on about my business. Now, I'm light-skinned, so I turned all shades of red because I'm a little ticked off, a lot ticked off. And so I decided, So I carried on with class like nothing happened. About 30 minutes later, because these were hour and a half block classes, I started noticing everybody's attention was on the door. You know how you have those rectangular windows, real small? I started noticing everybody looking that way. So I focused in. I'm like, who is that? So then I could see the girl. She was... And then I looked, and it was this lady. The lady, I mean, go back. She looked like some little homeless hippie. She had on a rag on her head, and she just looked real unkempt. You know, she reminded me of Chip Fields on Good Times when she was coming to get Penny from one of them. I was like, oh, you know, inside having this internal conversation. That's that girl and her mama. Okay. And, you know, I got kind of nervous because I'm like, she done went and brought her mama in through a side door of the school. And that lady have a gun, a knife, anything. And so, you know, I was like, oh my God, but you cannot, you know, I was like, you know, my inside voice was like, girl, your mama ain't raised no punk. You better not let these people punk you. You know, because you know if they come up in here showing that acting a fool, them kids gonna run over you for the rest of the school year. You better take charge. And so all of a sudden I got this idea. They are crazy. You have to out crazy them. And so I looked, and this boy was sitting by the classroom door. He says, Miss Jones, want me to open the door? I said, no. He reaches over, opened the door from his seat because he was sitting right there by the door. And when he opened that door, the lady took one step into my classroom. And I said, do not come into my classroom. And I was like, and she looked scared. And I was like, okay, all right. She, you know, this is working. You know, I out-crazied her. And she said, oh, I can't come in here. I said, no, you cannot. I mustered up all the crazy that I could find. And I told that boy, close my door. So he closed the door. Then I told him, let me tell you something. Don't you ever let nobody up in my classroom. You have lost your mind, boy. And so, you know, he was just sitting there like, ugh. And so they was waiting outside the class door. So I was still kind of nervous because I'm like, they still might try to come up in here and jump me. At the end of the class, I dismissed class. I went outside. They were gone. And so I was like, oh, okay. All right. So, you know, I was just waiting because I normally get called to the principal office about this incident. This girl done lied and said that I threw all her stuff. I had it strewn out in the classroom. And so she went and got her mama. And so I was like, well, how did your mama get into the building? Because she had to have permission. She propped her door open on the side of the school and let her mama in. So, you know, tell me what that lady would have done if I had displayed some fear. Side note. So what I found out from talking to another teacher and a couple of other people, this little tag team, jack up the teacher routine, this is like commonplace for them. Anytime the girl don't get what she want, or she would go get her mama. She did it to another teacher before, and she cussed the teacher out in front of the whole class. And then the girl, the student, was just standing there like, get her mama. But little did they know, they had not encountered Miss Grits. I was not for it. And see, I think the kids travel in the same cohort together, so they knew when she got up and walked out, oh yeah, this is about to be on and popping. And so I kind of remember them passing out tickets and popcorn. You know, they were probably like, this is about to be something good. And I think I shocked their souls. And so I talked to one of my work besties, and yo, it was her. She said, when I told her what happened, she says, Miss Grits, she did that to me. Oh my God. I said, well, let me just say this. After today, she won't think twice before she roll up on the next teacher. Okay? Don't let this light skin fool you, baby. But y'all was scared. But you can't let them see you sweat. Can't let them know that you're scared. You have to out crazy people. I hope you enjoyed the story time, and it was 100% true, and I have many more stories to share with you. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share my video with every Tamisha, Dictavius, and Harper you know. You can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Cali_Grits, and I created a fan page on Facebook at Cali GRITS. Thank you so much for being a part of the Cali GRITS tribe. Peace.